Well, with me now, the AFC Wimbledon first team coach James Simmonds, who is currently doing what Mark Robinson was a year ago. You're up in the stands watching the game. Tell us a little bit about your role, Simmo.
That's right, Rob. So I'm the eye in the sky, if you like, just getting a different perspective. So obviously, when you're at ground level, you can't necessarily see everything in terms of shape. So I feed down to Rob Tuvey, and then messages will then get passed on to Robbo. So normally it will be, is our back line in the right position? Is there anything we can do to exploit the opposition? So it's constant messages between me and Rob.
We go into Saturday's game against Wigan back at home off the back of a really good performance against Lincoln. Closed them down well in the first half, second half defended really well. What were your thoughts on the game?
Exactly what you just said there, really. So first half I thought arguably one of our best halves in terms of pressure on the ball. Obviously we know we want to be a bit more ruthless in cutting. With the chances we had, we probably deserve to score more goals, so that's something obviously we want to work on. But very pleasing first half, and I know it's a cliche, but it's a little bit of a game of two halves really. Despite having actually another two really good chances in the second half, we then had to defend more. They had more momentum, but you know, as a collective, we did that. And a clean sheet is something we've been waiting for, and we got that. So very pleasing on the whole, and hopefully we can take that into the game this Saturday.
We've seen it in the pre-match talks that Robbo does with the team as well. Do you think that the team are really beginning to grasp the hard work that needs to be put in to get those points now?
100%. So we're putting a lot of focus in it. We've worked hard on elite behaviours, particularly in the last 4 weeks. We're reflecting a lot in our training as staff and players to bring that up, and we're certainly seeing that transfer into games. Of course, there's still work to do. We're not perfect by any means, and individuals during reflection in their one-on-one chats with obviously Robbo, myself and Rob, are seeing ways where they can polish up and improve, but we're certainly going in the right direction for sure.
We've got that structure ourselves at the moment with Michael Hamilton obviously looking after our lone players that are out there. From your own perspective, you've got a foot in both camps with Henry Lawrence, you know, with Wimbledon and with Chelsea, and I think Chelsea must be really impressed with how his development's coming along, yeah?
For sure, it's his first loan. It's not always easy, first loan, you know, coming into a different environment, and you know, Henry's flourishing. He's more confident. I'm seeing different sides to Henry, and I think that's also a testament to the environment here, which is helping him flourish as well. So obviously it goes without saying, the manager, his style has helped Henry feel comfortable, and even the players, the culture that Robbo's created has helped Henry flourish, and I think Henry won't mind me saying there's even more to come from him as well. So I'm sure we'll look forward to that.
You're keeping up that link between the two clubs as well. I mean, obviously our first summer signing was Luke McCormick, and he's really coming along. The fans are really taking to him. He's contributing to every game, isn't he?
Yeah, so Macca's affecting games, which is why we got him in. He's a very good player, Macca. He's set up a few goals, he's scoring goals, and likewise, what I said about Henry, I think Macca will even openly admit that there's more to come from him as well. As I said previously in one of the other questions you asked me, all-round game, there's still work to be done, and Macca knows that, and likewise, there's more to come from Macca. So again, I'm looking forward to that as well as the fans.
Absolutely. Turning to Saturday's game now, of course, Wigan at the Cherry Red Record Stadium. They're a different side to what they were last season. Investment in there, of course. Charlie White, a big threat as well. Wimbledon fans will know a lot about him. What have you been kind of working on in terms of the game? Yeah,
so we know they are a different side to us. Average age of 27 compared to our average age of 21, 22. Experienced side, they've recruited well, as you've just said, and invested well. A lot of players they've bought from the Championship and top players from other League One clubs. So they're a club certainly looking to go up. And it will be a challenge, potentially similar to Rotherham, who it was a tough game for us. But you know, we're ready and looking forward to it. We know they've got good players. You mentioned White, got McLean, Keane. But you know, we're confident going into the game, and there's certain areas that we know we can exploit in terms of how they play as well. So it'll be a good test to see where we're at. And as I say, we're all chomping at the bit to play.
Good to hear. In terms of the team news, obviously we know about George Marsh, Will Nightingale, Ollie Palmer. Any other news to report?
So Dapo didn't train with the team today, but there is still a possibility he'll be involved tomorrow. So he's a late shout. He'll have a late test. But apart from that, everyone else is fit and raring to go.
Brilliant. Final question as well. I mean, obviously you've been here since pre-season. It seems such a long time already. How much do you think you've evolved as a coach yourself in that time?
Well, firstly, I've loved every minute of it, and you know, I feel part of it, and I did do, as soon as I walked through the door, everyone's been fantastic, but not only have I enjoyed it, I've learnt so much. As I say, the environment, the culture here is fantastic, so there's certain bits I'll definitely take with me back to Chelsea potentially and stick with me as a coach. So Robbo's style, how training is conducted, but also his man management style as well. And then also the Wimbledon wall. There's so much from that I can take, and obviously learning from League One, which is obviously different to the Premier League and different to academy football. So I've learnt loads, and you know, the longer I stay, I'm sure the more I'll learn. So I'm looking forward to that.
Thanks very much indeed for your time, Simmo.
No problem.